Hello, and welcome to this new video in which we're going to talk about an interesting topic about how good is doing an MBA from one of the IITs. These IITs also offer management programs, including a 2-year full-fledged MBA. So, how good are these programs? How should I go ahead and do if I'm offered a MBA from one of the IITs? Should I go ahead and take it, or should I wait to do it from another IIM? So, let's try and answer this question. So, let's examine the facts here before I come to a conclusion for you, and I'll go ahead and derive the conclusion as we go forward. Let's look at some of the IITs in the NIRF ranking. Now, if you look at the top 5 rankings, right, then you see that IIT Delhi Management School comes in the top 5. Now, it is after A, B, C, Kozhikode, it is in the top 5, right? And it is the 5th ranking in the NIRF ranking for 2023. And what is surprising is that IIT Delhi in NIF ranking is ahead of IIM Lucknow, IIM Indore, XLRI, IIM Raipur, IIM Rohtak, MDI. So there are many good IIMs that IIT Delhi scores above in the NIRF ranking. So that gives a lot of good credibility to the MBA programs from the IITs. You look at another good IIT like IIT Bombay. Now again, it is not as high ranked at IIT Delhi, but it is ranked pretty well in the NIRF ranking, and it is, to give you a comparison, it is ahead of IIM Raipur, IIM Rohtak, MDI, IIM Udaipur, and IIM Kashipur. So this is the second IIT that is ahead of many IIMs, right? Similarly, you look at IIT Kharagpur and IIT Madras, and it is in the top 20. IIT Kharagpur and IIT Madras. So it is ahead of many IIMs again, ahead of IIM Udaipur and IIM Kashipur and Symbiosis Institute of Management. So IITs are in management education also doing well. Let's first make that conclusion, shall we? Right. Let us now look at the payoffs from an IIT. So what does it cost to get into IIT Delhi Management School? For 2-year program, you pay 11.2 lakhs. That's very reasonable, isn't it? Right. And in terms of admission, you need a 97.6 percentile, which is, you could say, is little high. So, and there is a reason for that. We will see that. And if you are in that category, you would be able to do that. Now, if you get into IIT Delhi Management School and pay a fee of 11.2 lakhs with a CAT score of 97.6 percentile, what kind of CTC can you expect to get when you pass out? Any thoughts? Any guesses? Would you be surprised? Right? The median CTC is 24.45 lakhs and with 100% placement. So if you join in IIT Delhi, you're likely to get placed with an average salary, median salary of 24.45, average of 25.82. And the high could go as high as 41.13 lakhs. So isn't it a good payoff? You pay to IIT Delhi 11.2 lakhs for 2 years, and at the end, in the first year itself, you get, in the first 6 months, you get your money back, right? So your payback is 6 months' time. Isn't that very attractive? Very attractive. In one of the next lectures, I will also compare that to what does this payoff look, what are the return on investment look compared to a similar IIM, say IIM Ahmedabad. We will take a look at that later. Let's look at more details of the placements, right? Now, the thing which is different from the other IIMs is that the composition, the sector where you get placed. At IIT Delhi, one quarter of the students get placed in IT and analytics, right? Another quarter goes into sales and marketing, and only a one fifth, 17.2% get into strategy and consulting. Finance is about 16, 17, 14%, supply chain 11%, and general management 12%. So the key difference is that if you are a person who is not very keen on getting into strategy and consulting, but you're happy to get into IT and analytics field, then IIT Delhi, isn't IIT Delhi a good place to go to with 6 months of payback on your 11.2 lakhs investment? Sounds good to me, right? Also, let's look at what kind of companies come there. And I have in front of me their placement report 2022-23, and I see from their names, you will be able to see that if you download that file. I mean, you have good names like Accenture Strategy, Amazon, right? Capgemini, Barclays, BlackRock. Interesting. BlackRock picks up from IIT Delhi. Then there are companies like IBM, ICICI Bank being domestic company. Then Maybank, McKinsey goes to IIT Delhi very interestingly. Emphasis, technology company. Tata Consumer Products, Publicis Sapient, PwC, Yes Bank, Whirlpool. So all the good companies that the only difference versus the top IIM would be, a top IIT versus top IIM would be the sector. So obviously you should not go to IIT Delhi if you want to become into consulting, business consulting companies, strategy and consulting. But if you want to go into IT analytics and sales and marketing, pretty good place to go. So that's what I would say. So in conclusion, I would say that IITs are a good option. IIT are a good option. I'm not going to compare versus another IIT, but in themselves they're a good option because you pay less. One, you pay comparatively less to an IIM, and IITs are gaining into the NIRF ranking, being better prepared to teach and coach and prepare students like you to do better in their management. They have good companies that they place people. They are doing 100% placement. The only thing is the sectors. The sectors that is going to IITs are like based on IIT Delhi that we see here is IT analytics and sales and marketing. And if they make sense for you, why not choose an IIT versus an IIM?